Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Love to Live, second vlog. I did say that if you stay tuned, I would come up with another video. Well, this is just literally a continuation. So we had to just follow the outskirts along the shoreline because it still is quite shallow. And I almost just did get beach. I mean, I did. I just had to walk it. But none of that was filmed, so it doesn't really matter. So we've just parked the jet ski up. And we're here at the beach, so let's see what we find. Look at this. That is just stunning. This estuary. Just me and the estuary. Nice soft sand. Hope you guys are having a lovely day, wherever you're watching this from. Whoever's watching this, hope you're loving to live. There's some rubbish to the side, I'm not quite sure, but it's good that whoever's been here last has sort of collected it up and put it to one side, so it won't get washed out. Creating footprints wherever we go. Sometimes following those footprints of others. Let's see what we can find. I've seen a few turtles around, so that was really cool. A couple of turtles in the last video, a stingray. So at this beach, it looks pretty exclusive. It's just me, I think. Let's see what we can see. It could be the beach. It could be the woods. It could be anywhere really. If you can just take some time to be with nature and yourself, I think that's a really good thing, because it just reminds us that we are part of this earth. We are part of something that's just more than our human selves and our human lives. Look at this. It's cool. Very cool. That's the estuary. And this is some kind of peninsula, because around this, all the way on the other side of that, is the ocean too. So we've made it to the ocean. Driven through the land, through the estuary and back to the ocean again. As they say, all things lead to Rome. Everything leads to the ocean in the natural world. Whole cycle. So awesome. Got cut off a little bit there. Just came back from the secluded beach, and thing that I was saying was, Love to Live is the name of the channel, right? Now that sounds nice, but how can we actually learn how to love to live? Yeah. Let me write something here. Love to live. Love to live. So how can we love to live? Being in nature is one way. There are many ways that we can love to live, but today I'll talk about nature. So coming to nature, especially when it's just you and it. When we're living our day-to-day lives, we think about things a lot, right? And most of the time, those things are unnecessary. We think about things that are necessary, and then we take action on them. But then other times, there are things that we just keep on thinking about over and over again that we don't need to. We could just let it go. And I'll give you an example. You have a job interview. You go into a job interview, you do it, and you go home. Option one could be you go home and you think to yourself, did I do it right? Do they like me? Am I going to get it? I really need this job. I really need the money. I really hope nothing went wrong. Oh my God. And you just keep on having these thoughts over and over again. Now you can do that. It's your life. You're free to do whatever you like. You can have those thoughts. But having those thoughts, is it really going to change whatever happened in that room when you had that job interview? Is it going to change the decision that was made that has already been taken place? It's not. So you could just carry on thinking about those things and it won't make a difference to what actually happened. So in other words, you thinking isn't going to change the outcome of whether you get the job or not, okay? So that's stress for unnecessary reason. That's option one, and that's what most people do. Now the second way that you can take that is you come home from a job interview and you say, okay, I did these things right, I could have done these things better, but whatever happens now, it's up to them. They'll make the decision and they'll let me know. And that's it. Now, let it go, move on. Now that takes practice to get to there, but if that sounds like something that you'll like to be able to do, then stick around, follow this channel. This channel is going to be talking about all these different ways that we can do those things, because me personally, I've been there and I've tried these things and they genuinely work, and that's why I'm sharing them. I'm still doing it. Life's about a journey, you learn, right? So that second option is the option that I've started to do, and it takes practice to get there, but ultimately the decision will get made, and there's nothing that I can think about or stress enough that will change the decision. So there's no point stressing about it, let it go. Now, how can we become more like that option two? In other words, more kind of allowing of things the way they're meant to be. In other words, how can we become more natural, right? And not force an outcome. So something like this secluded beach, just me and this secluded beach, has taught me is that all these things, all these factors that we try to control in our own head, in our own mind, all the way we try to control things that are ultimately then out of our control, it's just unnecessary stress. And that's what the thoughts I'm talking about. Those are the thoughts that we need to learn to let go of. The unnecessary extra stuff. Obviously we can think about, okay, what color clothes am I going to wear today, or what breakfast do I want to have, or what do I want to eat for lunch? That's fine, but all the stuff that I mentioned, like the interview for example, just unnecessary things that are worrying about the past or the future, things that haven't happened or already have happened, those need to be let go of. And how you can do that is like I explained in this video. I'll give you an example. This beach, it's just me and this beach. There's no one else around, no one. So I'm now not in my day-to-day life. I'm not living in town, I'm not working, I'm in nature's domain. I've come to a place where it's not my element, it's nature's element. Nature's now taking care of me. So I've let go of what I need to do in my day-to-day life to be here in nature. That's the first step. As soon as you guys go and visit a spot in nature where it's just you, secluded, you understand that you're no longer doing your day-to-day activity, unless of course you live in a beautiful place like that, and in that case I respect that majorly, and you can probably understand what I'm saying. But if you live in a suburban area, or you live somewhere where you don't really access nature much, go and access nature and just be in nature by yourself, and you'll see that I've now changed my routine. I'm not doing what I normally do. I've gone and put myself out of my way into nature's domain. right? This is nature now taking care of me. It's not my day-to-day life where I need to think about what's happened or what's going to happen. I'm just here being with nature. And nature has an amazing way of doing something to our mind and saying that, you know what, just chill out. I got you. Nature's got me. I'm now here in the house of nature, quite literally, right? Something that's been here way before I was born, and it's going to be here way after I die. Way bigger than I am. So that's the thing about nature. It puts you in a place that is much bigger than you as a human, and that allows your mind to sort of relax. And it's a really cool thing that I can't quite explain how nature does it, but something subconsciously to us, something biophilic. It's this innate connection we have to nature that allows us to just relax, because we don't have to do anything here. Nature's just being itself, and we get to be a part of that. So one way that you can learn to love to live is to come out and be in nature more, because in nature you don't have to do anything but just be there. Almost become a part of that nature for while you're there. And something that nature does so beautifully is to be itself. So how you can love to live your life a bit more, and how you can actually love your life better, is to be more of your true self, your authentic self. You may have heard of this. And so one way you can do that is to go and be with something that is its authentic self, which is a natural environment. Completely natural. It's being itself. So I have no choice but to just sit here now, or stand here, and allow it to just wash over me and be. I have to now just be here with it, and it's giving me an example of what it's like to be natural. So I'm being my natural self, and I'm tending to think less of what I have to do or what I've done. I'm just appreciating it. So that's an amazing way that you too can start to love your life. And you'll notice the little things as well. I mean, look, see these tracks? There's more. So all these cool things that you start to realize a bit more once you get out. But yeah, I think I'll call this episode The Secluded Beach and What It's Taught Me. How nature has taught me how to be natural. It might sound cheesy, but it's true. I mean, nature doesn't need to do anything but be itself. So when me as a human, I come here and see this, I can just sit here and admire and be myself and not have to do anything or be someone for anyone else. I can just sit here and be nature, like nature. And that's something that all of us have inside, and we just need to access that a bit more. These things take practice. And the more that you do these things, the more that you'll start to love your life. Now I'm gonna head on back now. I've been here for a little while. But thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned, everyone. We're going to love to live our lives, all of us. We're all on that journey of how to love to live. Simple steps, one at a time. I'll see you all very soon. Let's return this coral back to nature's swimming pool.